Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul. Thank you for joining us today. From time to time, we like to check in with the different representatives from the wards in our community. I'm thrilled today to have representatives from Ward 4, Councilmember Barb Franks, and Councilmember Dave Wiechman with me. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So Barb, let's start with you. This is your first year. You just wrapped up your first year. Why don't you share with us a little bit about what got you here and what you've enjoyed in your first year and maybe what you haven't enjoyed.
Okay. Well, I guess a little bit about myself. I'm a Colorado native, been in Lakewood since '95 and in Ward 4 since 2001. I'm a project manager and really got involved in kind of my community through Saving Parkland, and was involved in 2 separate efforts and got to meet a lot of good people, and they had kind of rallied around me and asked me if I'd like to run for city council, and that's how it all kind of got started. And I've really enjoyed my first year. It's been a real learning experience and got to meet a lot of really nice people.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think your story's similar to a lot of folks, how they get involved, and here you are. So thanks for stepping up and joining.
Thank you.
David, you've been with us for a few years. And
you got 1 year left.
Got 1 year left. Talk to us a little bit about 2016, maybe some highlights and what you're looking forward to in 2017.
Well, I just want to keep up the work that I've been doing all along. The reason I ran for office was to increase the transparency and the involvement of citizens. So the project I'm going to be working on this year is to try to make sure when we put out resolutions and stuff like that, that they're available to the public at least 2 weeks in advance. Right now, what we do is we have them come out on a Friday, and if people are not on the internet checking it on a daily basis, they won't necessarily know about it until Monday when the vote comes up. So I'm hoping if we give people like 2 weeks notice, then they can look at it, think about it, because I really appreciate their wisdom. And if they get a chance to think about it and get back to us as their representatives, then we can better represent them. And secondly, getting them involved. Once they've gotten that first step, I have to look at successor. And all of us do. We're not in it for a lifetime. And somebody out there is going to be stepping up. And I want those people to be well educated, not only to step up to the plate, to take our place, but to be good voters. And to be voters, they got to know what's going on. So I want to make sure that they're well educated. Then my second thing, of course, is I'm always concerned about the population density and overcrowding. So I'll be working hard. We do have an amendment to the zoning code coming up here. So I'll be working very hard to try to, if we can tap down the number of people that we're cramming into our city boundaries. Those are my 2 goals for the year.
Great. Yeah, you've done a nice job over the last 8 years of trying to keep folks informed. So thank you for doing that. So Barb, 2017, we're almost there. Do you have anything that's on your radar that you'd like to do or like to see?
Absolutely. Dave had mentioned a number of them. One is to continue to increase the level of transparency. That's everything from making the website more easy to navigate, being able to research historical information. It's also about education, making sure that Looking at Lakewood is a information resource, and it keeps any editorialized comment to a minimum. That way we're educating people and we're giving them the information they need to dig a little further, to become more engaged. So I think those are all the things. Density is another one that we're going to be really working hard on, as far as, where is infill, how much, what rewrites to the zoning code do we need to better protect our neighborhoods, and for people to the things that brought them to Lakewood, make sure that we preserve those aspects that brought them here, and obviously encourage new folks to come for the same reasons we did, that we've just got a really great area in Ward 4, especially with all of our open space. Those are really important issues to me.
Yeah, those are very important. I would say I'd echo all of that. The popularity of the metro area is a double-edged sword, right? There's good and there's bad that comes with it, and trying to find that balance is quite interesting. So for the viewers at home, David, tell us a little bit about the boundaries. What is Ward 4? Where is Ward 4?
Well, I always describe it as the southwest quadrant of the city, or the greater Green Mountain. I think at the very north end, we have it at Cedar. At the very east side is Kipling. On the west side is the city open space, et cetera, down the southward, bordering Bear Creek. And then down in the southeast, we have kind of a strange border around Lakewood and bordering Ward 5. So it kind of goes in and out, but it's kind of around the Jewel area, Jewel and Kipling, basically.
Okay. And Barb, you have monthly meetings?
We do. It's the second Saturday of every month from 9:30 to 11, and it is at the Green Mountain Presbyterian Church at 12,900 Alameda Parkway, just basically just south of the Safeway store there. And we really encourage people from all wards to come. We have really good turnout. We are very fortunate in Ward 4 to have a very engaged population. We have good turnout at our meetings, but we also draw people from the other wards as well who want to come, and either for our free-form meetings where we're kind of just looking for citizen input, and then we also do a lot of where we bring in speakers on various topics. And so we're very encouraged by that turnout and really encourage people. And another thing I did want to just kind of touch back on is I wanted for the 2017, the council's policies and procedures. I've had a lot of people contact me about that, and really what we're doing there is that we're in a review process, and that'll be coming up on an agenda item relatively soon, according to some research that I've done. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that. Apologize for being a little out of order.
No, you're fine. That's there's no hard rules here. So what is the best way for residents to reach you or to get in touch with you?
Either by email, phone. Of course, you could mail us. I prefer, an email, basically. My personal email is wiechman@eastcentral.com. The key to that one is spelling Wiechman right, and that's always a challenge. It's WIECHMAN. My phone number is 303-986-4818. And, you can always mail the city, or you can always contact the city. They're good about passing it on. Barb, what's yours?
Well, I wanted to reiterate, certainly contact me on bfranks@lakewood.org is a great way. Also, I do have a message line, and I have to read my number, 720-515-6501. I also have a website, barbfranks.com, where I put information up, and then I've got a Facebook page. And so we're trying to make it as easy for people to contact us as possibly can. Did want to mention that while I'm on nextdoor.com, that is not a primary vehicle. We try to keep that where it's more the neighborhood feel, and I can get involved on a neighborhood level rather than it being turning into another vehicle for those types of communications. So I do on Nextdoor, but don't use that as a primary mechanism.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, if people are looking for some information, if they'll send us their email address, we put out a email newsletter at least once a month,
Right.
and sometimes occasional updates. So if they want to be a part of that, just send us their email.
That's great, and thanks for mentioning Nextdoor, which is a great tool. But I think sometimes folks feel like, well, because we're on there as our elected officials, that we're in there to do political type things, and we're not. We're also neighbors as well. So
Yeah.
thanks for reiterating that.
So if you've got a gardening question, you know what, send that my way, but generally other ways are better to communicate with.
Absolutely.
And if you have any weight loss ideas, let me know.
Yeah, you can share those with both David and I. We'll take care of that. Well, I want to thank you both for all that you've done this last year, for your hard work and commitment to the community. I know you do a great job representing the folks up in Ward 4.
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it.
So thank you for joining in today, and thank you for joining all year. This will be the last one of the season. So I want to wish you and your family a happy holidays and look forward to a great 2017. And remember, together we'll do great things.